Oh, here we are, here we go. We will first go for some altitude, as we often do. And in this match we have some good positioning, making the right decisions. When you reload, you fly back to your own base, get back altitude. When you have an overheated engine, also fly back to your allies while you do something about the overheating. It's stuff like that that can make matches better than average. And well, it's not what you always do. Sometimes you get tempted into a turn fight. And the duels can be fun, but disciplined flying can bring a lot of success. And I didn't want to withhold this battle from you guys. But we decided to pick a target here. There were several. We're going for this P40 here. In a nice approach, we build up a lot of speed here. But he went down. We decided to... We're slightly confused there what we wanted to do, but we finally did get that P40. So we boom in, we kill him, and we zoom out the other side. And we use our speed to gain back altitude now. As we loop over and we fly back towards the battlefield, looking at what we want to do, what is the best tactical decision. We see a Yak 7 there and we are turning for that. Positioning ourselves so we can make a good approach. Calculating for his turns in your brain, like where do I want to fly from, what is the best position. And he's down with my second kill. Here comes a Yak 7 trying to shoot me. I make some maneuvers and he misses me. Then I look back and I change angle there as he flies past my nose. And I fall in on his tail while shooting at him. Crit him and get my third kill. Now I'm flying back towards my spawn, getting some altitude, looking at opponents, and here's coming something from high up. I wanted to help that P47. See if we could get that BF 109 from his tail. So the Thunderbolt brought him right in front of us, and he thought he could get past us, but he crashes himself in the ground, probably damaged already by our friendly there. As we turn, we find ourselves with several opponents, and we choose to go for this Cobra here. We miss our initial shots, get behind him, get a crit in, we pass him, and we loop over as we see two enemy planes behind our ally. And we loop over and we fall in on their tail. Shooting the P400 initially quickly, and the Buffalo after that, getting our tally to 6. We fly on to several planes here. P38 is our next target. And we shoot him down, 7 kills. And the Ju-88 is our next target with 8 kills. And then we've got a MiG-3 that flies in the area. We fall in on his tail after our shooting of the Ju-88. And this guy is going for ground targets. I'm reloading at the moment. I can't shoot, but I try to stay behind him as well as I can. There, the reload is finished. And I take quite a while to shoot him, and I don't get the kill. So we are flying back here towards our and we cool off our engine a little bit. Our engine, we've been weaping a lot, so we had been cooling our engine And I usually do that while I fly back to my own zone. So it's safe. And I can build up a little bit more altitude. Then I loop over to get some altitude again. And trying to get back to the enemy. Well, there is a whole furball there, but many of them are our planes. Only 2 or 3 enemies. And then in the meantime I decide which one I want to go to. I decide to go for that leg 3 over there. As I plan my approach to him. Take the lead and I shoot him down for my 9th kill. Turning to see where that other plane was, but it was already shot down. I keep turning to get into range of that MiG-3 here. And we take our shots. Take the lead. And we get the kill. Bringing us to 10. Now we loop over. And we need to cool our engine again. Which we do. Taking our time to do that well. Well, there we have a friendly head-on. It's always funny when that kind of thing happens. Except when some friendly tries to shoot you, of course. That is not funny. It's not funny when people get so angry with each other they really think they have to shoot each other. But we go for that Wildcat here. We miss our initial approach. It was a bit lackluster, not the best approach. And we take our time to get, but he crashes, so we don't get that kill, unfortunately. We go for that F2 instead. We crit him and we shoot him. We got in some shots by that I-16 who's shooting at us. We're doing some evasive action there. And he turns off as he gets other opponents on his tail. We see that Yak 1 turn off and we make a little loop over and see if we can get back at him. Oh, we got a head-on here, which I couldn't avoid. I saw him too late in the match and I decided to go for it. We survived the head-on and we go to 12 kills. And we need to cool off our engine again because we are again in the red. And again you see me keeping discipline and turning back to our own airfield while I do that. Well, I've been cooled off again with my engine in the white again. We make a loop. Always use the vertical to get back altitude in those situations. Don't turn in the horizontal, turn in the vertical. Just make a little loop and you are back up a few hundred meters again, which brings you above most fights. Here we have a buffalo coming in with a P-26 on his tail. And I had a feeling he was trying to ram me here. But I could avoid that barely making a full elevator loop. We turn back on the buffalo and we shoot him down, making that 13 kills. We then turn towards these little fights here in the background. There's a third guy coming in there, B-40 and a BF-109. B-40 crashes, but the BF-109 is still there, so we approach our target. We want to protect our friendly LA-5. We take our shots, aim, try to take the lead. He's trying to maneuver, but we do get him 14 kills. We turn back a little bit again towards our friendlies because we are one of the most forward guys at the moment. Making a loop when we see everything is safe, turning back to that P-40 there. We miss our shots. We have a lot of friendlies around now, so we have to be careful not to crash into each other. I again tried to cool my engine because it's still very hot. And we take our approach on that P-40. Oh, there's somebody almost crashed into us from the side. So we decide to let that Kitty Hawk go, as we thought somebody was on our tail. And there is somebody on our tail, that Wildcat there. And we try to get a shot at him there, which we miss. And we try to get a shot on that toe here, which we do get, and our 15th kill. We fly back a little bit, probably for a reload or something. Ah no, we saw these targets high, that's why we're flying that direction. So we see a target here in front of us. He's not visible at the moment in my replay, but he is definitely there. And we try to get him off the tail of our friendly there. And we do succeed in that. Saving our friendly. We are looking for our next target, and that is the head-on with a Hellcat that was coming from the sunshiny side, and we unfortunately crash into him. "17 kills in our first plane. Not too bad. So we jump into our LA5 to continue the match and try to see if we can push for a win. We have several planes of the enemy, 2 Buffaloes and 1 Focke-Wulf 190. And I decided to go for the altitude above them and then come down on them, see if I can help my friendlies. There's several sequences here of enemies shooting at friendlies and friendlies shooting at enemies. They crash, so the only thing that's left is the the Focke-Wulf 190. And I go after him. I try to take my initial shots here, but I miss him. I pull up, I try to loop over, but he makes a counter move, and we are in a rolling scissors. Try to get altitude again on him. He's coming up, cut in sharply to make him not get a shot on me. Now I turn in again. He has I pulled up to prevent him from a good shot again. Pull in here again to be behind him, but I miss my shots there. It was a short window. Now turning here to make him miss his shots. So I try to pull in here to get a shot, but I miss it. He had a good opportunity there, but he missed it. I tried to get some lead here to make him overshoot, but I didn't do it at the right moment. Here we almost crash. I think it scared him a little bit, so he changed direction. And I get the opportunity to duck behind him as well and get that kill, which makes my 18th kill. A Buffalo incoming here, which I make my approach on. I crit him, but I do not shoot him down. I loop over. And he's down. Now scanning the battlefield for more targets. The enemy has already lost many pilots, so there's not many left. But we are behind on tickets. Here's the guy I shot down earlier in his second Focke-Wulf. Now he's trying to get a shot at me here, and he does hit my wing, which is not good for me. He wants his revenge, of course. So we are again in a turning match here. He misses his shot. I loop over. Turning around is too late. I decide to continue the flight, moving only a little bit. And as I feel I'm in a disadvantage here due to energy or whatever it was, I decide to extend from that little loop, giving me a little speed. And I do have more speed than him, making it possible for me to extend out. And having my allies help me here. So then I take it into the vertical loop back. And he is shot down, but after him is coming a Havoc 820. So I am putting some shots in. Turning around. We are with 5 guys on him here. 4. There's nobody directly behind him, so I can easily take shoulder shots here over my friendlies without risking hitting them. I get a crit in. I get more hits in. And I get the kill, 20 kills now. As M22 there is back again. In his Yak 1B German version. He decides to make a run for it towards his airfield against all these enemies for him. So we follow him. There's not many people left. In my vicinity only a PBJ there far back, which was already engaged, so I thought I might as well follow this Yak and get him again if possible. Our friendlies are spraying, but spraying wildly, not really aiming as you should. Missing their shots. He's not on fire, he is not critted, he doesn't have any damage as far as I know. So I decide to take my shots there. And I hit his controls and I shoot him down. Now I decide to go for some ground targets here and get some ground kills on my name as well. Here I take a little bit of a risk. And I am in a bolsterous mood. I feel very good after shooting down so many planes, only 1 kill, so I'm 21 and 1. And I decide, and I'm taking too many risks here. So for this next one, I decide that the tree is not in the way, and I kill myself. Of course, in the end, I wasn't too happy with that, but otherwise it would have been a 23-1. But oh well. You know, that's what you get when you get overconfident sometimes. You think you are untouchable, but the trees are unforgiving. I can tell you that. So, to make a small disaster a good thing, M22 was approaching in his Wellington, and while I spawn on altitude, I get a chance to climb for him. There is also a Corsair in the air, and maybe he can get his first shots on this Wellington. The Wellington is making a strange loop there, which I don't exactly understand why. Because I don't think the Corsair was looping up for him. He's going for it now though. And we decide to make an approach on the Wellington as well, because we want to win and our tickets are low. There's somebody shooting at me. I am missing my shots, I am not leading the target enough. But I do get the Wellington, and I can loop over to... Oh, sorry for the bad camera movement there. For the G50. It's a pretty maneuverable plane, so I try to take it in the vertical and get an angle on him. Here I try to take some distance and the distance giving me the opportunity to make a better approach. And that was my 23rd kill and last kill of this match. Hey guys, so here we are. I hope you enjoyed this replay. It was another showcase of if you apply certain principles I also explained in my how I get my kills video. I will put a link to that in the description box for those of you who are interested. Applying these principles will improve the amount of kills you get. Why? Because it will survive your planes longer, you will stay in the match longer, and you will get more kills. It is not rocket science, guys, trust me. If I can do it, you can do it as well. Yeah, so unless you have a very bad internet connection or computer which can hamper progress a lot, it really makes a difference, frame rates and ping. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed that showing. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like the video or leave me a comment, and if you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.